Hello YouTube and its viewers, my name is the HookShotKid and today we're going to be doing something very different. Now, I wanted to have a spooky video for Halloween, seeing as I keep missing basically all the Halloweens. It's very strange. But anyways, I wanted to play a game. But I didn't, it would have been a spooky game if I could find a spooky game, but I couldn't find one. So we're going to do this. And the reason for this is because I wanted to have I wanted to tell a story, and this story is just a story of like what games spooked me while growing up, and the big one big one that everyone's been talking about lately. Luigi's Mansion, was one of the games that scared me the most as a kid. Now. Like, oh, which Luigi's Mansion? Like, which one? Oh, well, obviously, the one on the GameCube, duh. The original. Now, the reason for this was because anytime I wanted to play it, and I mean anytime I tried to play this game, I always wanted to just, for some reason, play it at night. Everything when, like, it was just dark. No one was awake. And those sounds that you'd hear all everywhere were just, no one else was awake, so you weren't supposed to be hearing the sounds. But let me tell you a story of, like, last time I remember playing it. The most memorable time I had playing it. And that was when the first time I got to Bowser, aka the final boss of the game, King Boo possessing a little Bowser puppet thing going on. Well, when I let's just fit the atmosphere, alright? So, it was the middle of the night, storming. I didn't know how cliche as that sounds, it was storming. It was in October, funny enough. I always would get like an urge to play it every October, which is also funny. But anyways, putting that aside, it was storming that night, and I was playing on the big box TV I had in my room. Well, it wasn't technically my room, it was a room, but it was a room nonetheless that had a TV, and the GameCube was attached to it. So, me not wanting to mess with it and not wanting to unplug it, I went into that room, started playing the game. That's what I would always do. So, when I started playing, and the storm, I guess, went up and down, kind of. It would get high at some points and would get low at others. It would go up and down, basically, like normal storms do. I was like, okie dokie. I was like, it's just a storm. I wasn't scared. I wasn't scared of a storm. I was scared of a game. Now, what I mean by this is I was scared of the game. That's what I mean. But my bad. A little split focus. But I would play the game, and I'd get to a point in the game where I'd be like a little spooked for some reason. I don't know why I'd get spooked. Maybe it was a combination of the noises the ghosts made. Maybe it was a combination of the knowing that I had just got the final key to get to King Boo, which possibly got me scared, which most likely got me scared at the time. I'm not sure. I don't have the best memory when it comes to anything like this. But I do know that I went to go down into the basement where King Boo's door was, where when I first maybe it was the when I first tried to go get King Boo's get at King Boo. You know, when you first try to approach, when you first find the door and then you try to approach it and then all of a sudden he comes out and you're not prepared for the fight, and then you're happy that he launches you away, but you're also pretty intimidated by the fact that he was able to. Goes to show you just how powerful all the boos are. So because of this, I believed that the only way to defeat him and the only way to properly defeat him was collecting all the boos. And I get looking at it now, I get it was me trying to like, it felt like kind of a way for me to like not have to fight him yet. But fight King Boo yet. But it just kept getting closer, I guess. I guess I kind of did that to distract myself from having to fight him. Yes, from that young age. But anyways, back to the story part. Jeez, getting off topic. Off topic. But anyways, gosh, I say but anyways a lot too. Jeez. But during this play, I finally got to his you know, got to the back to the door. When I got there, I was kind of hesitant at first, but then the door was like, you know, weird vine thing, whatever they were, like thorns, the thorns that would appear on all the doors, you know. You guys know what I mean if you play the original. The doors would always be covered in thorns, the main doors anyways, the special ones. But when I got to the door, the thorns, you know, in their strange noise, disappeared. And I was a little hesitant. By hesitant I mean, oh boy, I scared. It didn't help that the storm was still going on outside. So I was still kind of intimidated. But I went in and I saw him standing there. Well, not standing there. He can't really stand. He's just floating. You know, floating there since he's a boo, a ghost. I like how they're called boo. When it's like, oh, boo. Spooky noises. Ooh. But anyways, in all seriousness, he it was the first time it was like the second time I seen him, you know, and I'm feeling a little like, okay, maybe I can do it since I caught all the other ones. He won't be that strong. I don't know. I probably thought that like, oh, it's not a scripted event that's gonna happen every time. No, I feel like I thought that in getting rid of the boos, the boss fight would actually be easier. Of course it wasn't, because that's not how it works. That's not how the game worked. But I still was a little scared because, you know. Well, like first of all, actually it was the third time seeing him, because, you know. But anyway, knowing the fact that he captured Mario, who's usually the hero of the games. Got me scared. So was scary enough. But then, not only that, but then finding out that I had to fight him as Bowser, as a giant Bowser was even scarier. Because I thought I was just gonna go over there. I was gonna suck him up like all the other ghosts, you know, that I usually suck up, like all the boos. Like I thought he was just gonna be like another boo, but no, instead, oh boy, he flies up after turning the entire room upside down like 3 times. And I'm just like, oh snap. I'm like, and the laughter. Oh boy, that did not help. And then, I noticed that Mario's painting started turning into Bowser, and I was like, oh, well, turning into something at first, and then I saw that it was Bowser. But that scared me. I was like, it's Bowser, and then he flies into the painting, and then all of a sudden the painting comes to life and eats Luigi. I was like, Luigi! Oh no! Oh boy, that was scary. And then all of a sudden I'm on the roof, fire everywhere, and I'm just like, oh geez, oh no. And then King Boo's just like nowhere to be found, you know. I'm just like, okay, what do I do now? And then boom. A giant Bowser right behind Luigi. Luigi's just like, ah! And I'm like, ah! We're both screaming. Except I screamed a little quieter because people were here. People were sleeping, you know. Probably. I think I did. I don't know. But then, oh boy. Shortly after that, me running from him for like who knows how long, running from the giant Bowser, using his fire and ice breath to try to kill Luigi. Oh boy. Pretty sure he ate me. He ate Luigi at one point. Jeez. Like I don't know. I'm pretty sure he was just like nom nom. Nom nom nom. I'm like, I'm not spaghetti. But whew. I was really startled. Okay. Oh boy, that it really startled me. When I found out what I was supposed to do, I was like, okay, I got this. I was still so scared. I was like, oh boy, man. You know when you're in an intense fight on like playing with using the controller, and your hands just get so sweaty. It's just like, well, that's basically what was happening. I was just like, gripping the controller, like, okay, whew, and oh my gosh. I was not prepared for what happened after I shot the giant spike ball at his face. I was not prepared to see Bowser's head go flying off, okay? And I was not prepared to see a King Boo fly out. I was like, you did this. You scared me, you butt. So I was like, I got him. I just have to suck him up now. And then all of a sudden, I get frozen by a disembodied Bowser, disembodied Bowser head, and I'm just like, ah! Simply because, what the heck, man? You know? And then I get frozen by his head, and that was scary enough. Okay, that was. Oh, I can double jump. I forgot what I was saying. That was pretty scary, you know. That was very, very terrifying. Seeing not only that happen, like seeing Bowser's like basically lifeless corpse. Okay, just laying there, and then getting frozen by his floating head. That was pretty scary, you know. That was very scary at the age of like 6 or something. Now you have to keep in mind there was still a storm going on outside, and the room was pitch black. The only light was the TV. Okay. And technically, if we want to get technical, that means that the only light was the fire that was on the rooftops. Okay, that's pretty spooky. So, me being the squishy child as I was, I fully like get startled by getting wrecked by a disembodied Bowser head. So I scream and being startled again because Bowser just heckin', like, he's dead. I'm pretty sure Bowser's dead at this point from a ghost coming out of his body, and the fact that his head is just floating and pure white eyes as well, just trying to just freezing me with apparently frost breath that he has. Didn't know that he had that. Maybe it's a special thing that only his head has when it's off of his shoulders, you know. But that scared the heck out of me. I was like, ah! Screaming. Sorry for the screaming. I'm just trying to show you what I mean. But, well, not show you, just let my screams of terror paint a picture. And oh boy, that was scary. Because not only that, but that I was like, oh boy. And then shortly after I'm frozen, before I have a chance to break out and catch King Boo again, King Boo runs back into, like, well, not runs, goes back into Bowser's body. And I'm like, what? Huh? And then all of a sudden, Bowser's body just gets up, his head reattaches, he has backwards, and I scream again, because what the heck? That's not how heads work, you know? So after my startledness ends, I then get like, Bowser just jumps up, okay? I can't. Oh geez, he jumps really high, and I see the giant shadow, and I start booking it away from that said shadow, you know. But I'm not fast enough, seeing how I was still frozen, trying to break out, and by the time I broke out, he already had come down, and I was just like, ah! And then I died, and then lightning strikes. I see there's the big flash of light outside the window, which startles me, and then I was like, phew, and then the thunder happens, and it just says good night, and I'm just like, ah! And then someone opens the door, and I scream, and then someone opens the door to my room, and I scream even louder, and I was like, ah! And that is why Luigi's Mansion is super startling to me, because it startled me as a young baby. No! Poof. And that is why I died. That is why. And that is why I get startled